Hey guys, it's Tinker Taylor here today, bringing you back another Pokemon build series video. Today we have Flaffy, who is an electric type Pokemon. It looks like a pink sheep, standing on 2 feet. But the only wool it's got is kind of around its neck and on its head, so it's kind of looked like it's been super mega shaved. And so I thought, you know what? Would be really fitting for this? A shearing shed. It's a sheep, it's been sheared. Let's make a shearing shed. So that's what I decided to do. And now, actually, this is something I say experience in, but very, very, very minor experience. In that, growing up, one of my friend's grandparents had a shearing farm, a sheep shearing farm. And so I got to actually go into the shearing shed and have a little look around and things like that. And then also as a part of a school trip type thing, we went to a school in the middle of nowhere, basically. And it was a school that taught you how to be a Jillaroo or a Jackaroo, which is, I guess you would call a farm hand in other places, but yeah, you learn how to live and work on a farm. And one of the places at the school was, a little sheep shearing shed type thing. And it was really cool. So we actually got to have a look. I mean, that one was a little bit more focused on looking at the wool and how it's processed and, coming straight off the sheep and looking at it like this and that and the other. So it was quite cool. But yeah, it's a little less worrying about the shearing of the sheep and more of the processing of the wool. And they had because you could come in and do schools and people and stuff could come in and kind of have a little look around and whatnot. And yeah, so they'd set it up so that there was the wool that had just come off the sheep, some wool that had been started to be processed and cleaned and things like that, and then the wool at the end that they would actually send off. And it was a really, really cool thing to kind of have a little look at. So yeah, I don't know, again, that is the entirety of my experience. So yeah, if you are somebody who has much more experience than me, who, maybe lived or grew up on a sheep farm, or, maybe your grandparents worked on a sheep farm and you spend every summer there or whatever, definitely let me know anything that I have missed. But yeah, that is my minimal experience in this area. I don't know, this is kind of interesting and cool. And also, yeah, this build is almost entirely unusable, because there's actually no way to get to the second floor. There is a way to get to the first, the entry, the ground floor. You can there's a door. I put a door in, so you can definitely get into that section. And even to the little, I create a little raised section with a platform. You can definitely get on the platform because there are stairs. So yeah, the ground floor, definitely usable. The floor above it, not so much. It's more of an aesthetic thing than an actual usable build. But I don't know, that's kind of what I like doing. I like doing builds that are a little bit more just for fun, I don't wanna necessarily always be building something that is for I don't wanna say for show, but I don't wanna be building, actually it is for show. That's exactly what it is for. I want to build something a bit more for show. Just having a little bit of fun with it, it's just a silly little build, and I am thoroughly enjoying this silly little build. So I hope you guys are as well. It's pretty, small, simple, easy. There's not much to it. There's just, a pen in which you drop the sheep off. They go up the ramp, get sheared, get sent down the other ramp, and that's where you pick the sheep up from that pen. Now, I know most people who have sheep farms have shearing sheds on their own farms, but if you need your sheep sheared, maybe you've just got just a couple of sheep around your house, your farm. You got a little farm with a few sheep, so you don't have your own shearing shed or anything like that. You can definitely bring your sheep here. And it looks like the people who are here have brought, two little, I don't know what you call them, little transportation. They're actually the horse transportation things, but I'm sure you could also transport sheep in them, and there's 2 of them, so if you're worried about how many sheep I put outside, do not worry, there's 2 of them. So yeah, you can definitely transport your sheep around. And yeah, maybe it's some people who've just started. Actually, you know what? It's to go with the farm I started yesterday. So if you haven't seen that, yesterday there was a little sheep farm that I did, and it is, yeah, sort of like a beginner sheep farm where they've literally just, they haven't even put their furniture in. They have put in the sheep, and that's it. So they've actually brought their sheep over here, and now they're getting sheared, because they don't have space for their own shearing shed. Or maybe it's like, you know, there's a bunch of sheep farms around and they've all collectively come together to have a shearing shed, and you know, if you have a sheep farm in the area, you've got to like book a day or 2 or whatever for your sheep to be sheared, and all the costs are split and all the profits are split, and or maybe you get the profit from your own wool, but you will pay for the day that you, or the days that I don't know how sheep shearing farming works, but I do know that working as a community generally is cheaper and better than if you work separate and alone. So hopefully, yeah, this is a lovely, sweet community who likes to share and help out each other. Yeah, maybe there's somebody who just, you know, doesn't need a lot of money and just really likes sheep shearing for some reason. Not sheep shearing. Sheep are just their passion. And so they run this place at a really low cost for the sheep farmers around, so that, yeah, the sheep can get sheared and the farmers don't have to lose a ton of money. Although from what I have heard, sheep shearers get paid very well, because it's a very, like, not many people are doing it from my understanding. So yeah, if you're ever interested in becoming a sheep shearer, definitely do it. I've heard there is a little bit of a lack of sheep shearers at the moment. I don't know. That's just something I've heard once, and I've no idea where I heard it from, so it could be true, could be false, I don't know, but, you know, the more people working in and around farming areas, I guess, is probably better than not, because then we can have our nice natural things, such as wool and vegetables and such as, because, you know, vegetables are grown on farms too, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun with this build. I also spent forever looking for a broom, and I swear we have just like the broom I hung up on the left there. I swear we have one just like that on its own. And I cannot see it, could not find it. So yeah, if anybody knows where that would be, please, I would love you for now until forever if you could let me know where to find it. It's probably base game, isn't it? But yeah, definitely would appreciate and love that. But yeah, we're pretty much almost at the end, you know? It's a pretty short build. I think I just go around doing some last minute, like I do some decorations around here, and then I do some landscaping, and I think I add, I add a few sheep outside as well. There is one lone sheep upstairs. I feel bad for the little guy upstairs by himself. But, you know, he's the last one to be sheared, and they're about to be picked up and taken back home so they can run around and frolic in the grass, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I really do enjoy super fun builds like this, and I also really, really enjoy that yesterday's build and today's build are connected, and hopefully I will be able to do tomorrow's build connected. I do have an idea for it. I already know what I'm doing. I just need to do it. And yeah, it's going to be somewhat sort of connected. I already have sort of an idea of where it'll be, how I'll build it, all that sort of stuff. I just have to, yeah, go and do it. So that is going to be my goal for right after this, is to, yeah, work on the build. And I don't know, I'm kind of excited about it because it's something that, again, it's all interconnected, it works together, it makes sense in my little pea brain, and I'm very, very happy about it. So I hope it does work out. I hope it does make sense. I hope it, you know, they can all be friends and work together and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. Definitely let me know your thoughts down below on this build. It is a much shorter build than what I'm usually doing. I normally do builds for around 2 hours, and this one was just under an hour, I think. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing a bit more detailed builds in the future, I've been doing some builds for the A to Z challenge, which are definitely super detailed. Like, I think the last one, and the only one so far that I've worked on, was for maybe 5 hours. I did take breaks and chat and talk and look things up and blah blah blah, but it's probably been about 3 hours that I actually worked on it, and it's majority of the outside and the actual build itself. Nothing on the inside. The inside has not been touched at all. So yeah, there's going to be some super detailed builds there, but also I feel like coming up in the future, just in this little series, I feel like there's going to be a bunch of builds that are super detailed. I also call this a little series. It's not a little series. We're not even halfway through it. I think I looked the other day and I was 17% of the way through it. So yeah, very much a big series. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing more of this series, or if, you know, waiting for your favorite Pokemon or whatnot, definitely make sure to subscribe and follow along with this little journey. I'm definitely having a lot of fun with it. It's something that, like, when I actually get into it, I really enjoy it, but sometimes when I'm going to start it, but I always have problems with starting things, so that's a me problem. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!